Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax, and it's time for the Inbox Challenge 2, Day 27. And today's numbers were picked by Robert Z. Bobby Z, one of my favorite guys in the VC. Nobody keeps it real like Bobby Z. Uh, when you pulled your channel for a while there, and I thought you were gone, I was devastated. I'm really glad you came back, man, because seriously, you're hilarious. You and Sylvia. Fucking kill me. Bobby picked 5 numbers, gonna do 5 videos. No, I'm gonna do 5 records. Fuck, it's 3:15. Leave me alone. First is, I don't know how to say this, but Fuhrs and Frohling, Fuhrs and Frohling strings. So, Fuhrs and Frohling were originally Chic Fuhrs and Frohling, and they were kind of like a German prog band. Maybe a little, I thought they sounded a little bit like cross between ELP and King Crimson. They were actually really good. Symphonic Pictures, maybe that's the one I've talked about in the past before. That was a good record, and I think I talked about Sunburst another time. I got these last year during the Inbox Challenge. I picked them up at a record show, and I played the other SFF. This is one of the 2 F and Fs that I got, Fuhrs and Frohling. Oh, and Brain. Bobby's going to love this. Look at this. This one talks to you, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Aren't you glad he didn't send you this as your prize? It's on Brain, the orange Brain label. This is, and people label like SFF krautrock, but I don't think they're krautrock. I think they're just more straight ahead prog. But this isn't straight ahead prog. This is, I don't know, what would you say? It's almost new age at times. It's a little mellow, a little Eastern in a few bits, a little mellow. It's a nice listen. It's not a brilliant record like Symphonic Pictures. Next is, oh, it's German pressing on Brain. Nothing Deadwax that's of any interest. Just typical German record, very autocratic. The numbers are there. That's all. That's it. You'll get the numbers. I don't know what the hell accent that was. Seriously, that was supposed to be German. Anyway, Tracy Chapman, Crossroads. This is a record from 1989. This is a follow-up record, her second record, her sophomore release after self-titled, which had, you know, the fast cars. Yeah, this is on Elektra, and it has master disc DMM written in the dead wax. That means it's a direct metal master. Underneath the just show you this side, the production code. Anyways, it has CR on the label, which stands for Sinram, and it has CR written in the dead wax, which stands for Sinram before they, or after, or maybe they lost the stamp that day. I don't know why it's written in. Maybe it was written in New York, that it was done for Sinram because it would have been master disced in New York as opposed to the plates cut in Toronto. So that's probably why there isn't actually a CR and a circle stamp. It also has can written in the dead wax, which meant that it was cut in New York specifically. The plate was specific to be sent to Canada. This is a, you know, this is honestly, this is an audiophile darlings record. All the audiophiles I know love that record. It sounds, you know, rather quite good. It's got a lot of really good extension in the bass, which is surprising for direct metal masters, and that actually sounds really good. I'm quite impressed with it, probably because it wasn't actually mastered in Canada at Sinram. Musically, I could say that I really like her music, and I do. But we have Sirius in the car, and we used to listen to Coffee House. something like that. It's kind of like a folk rock. My God, they play Tracy Chapman every half an hour, and they absolutely killed her for me. So that is, I'm selling that to somebody. Coffee House. Seriously, put it on in your car next time you're there. Listen to it for 2 hours. Get back to me how many Tracy Chapman songs you hear. It's sick. Next is Poguetry in Motion. This has the tracks London Girl, The Body of an American, A Rainy Night in Soho, and Planxty Noel Hill. This is an EP that is, I think it's pre-Rum Sodomy and the Lash. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pre-Rum Sodomy and the Lash, because Kato Reardon is still in the band. She was in for Rum Sodomy and the Lash, which was produced by... Yeah, this is produced by Elvis Costello, and that was produced by Elvis Costello. And then she married Elvis Costello, and she quit the band. And this lad here, Phil Chevron, he just died this year, sadly, of esophageal cancer, or metastatic cancer from the esophageal. Shane has lovely teeth, as always. This is okay. I don't know. This is... I don't know. This is... Some people love this. This feels like filler. And I love the Pogues. I've seen them like 4 or 5 times. I've seen them... The best time I ever saw the Pogues, I'll just tell this. I went to see the Pogues at a place called Canada's Wonderland. And the lineup was... Skid Roper and Mojo Nixon opening for Violent Femmes, opening for the Pogues. So it was one of those places. It was in an amusement park, and you could go to the amusement park like 4 hours before the show started for free. You could get in, or you could go for the day if you just paid regular park admission. But we went up a couple hours ahead of time, and got in for free, kind of hung around for a little while, got something to eat. And then we went into the venue because we had lawns, and if you didn't, if you got early, you could get, you could get the front of the lawn. So we go in, and they announce the first band on the stage is the Pogues. And so there's only like 1,000 people in this 12 or 15,000 seat outdoor venue, even there. And I found out later, the Pogues are on, well, it was pretty obvious why they were on at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon instead of like at 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night when they were supposed to come on, because they were so pissed. Apparently the promoters were worried they would not be able to take the stage later in the day. So they made them go on at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was just all day then. People started showing up as 6 o'clock rolls around. They only played for like 45 minutes, and they were just belligerently drunk. And they played like 45 minutes. They left the stage, and people are arriving, and then Skid Roper and Mojo Nixon come on, and they weren't doing anything for me. But as people arrived and realized that the Pogues weren't coming on, that they'd already missed the Pogues, or when it started to get a little out of hand, especially the crowd that was going to see the Pogues. And then Violent Femmes came on, who were fantastic. So I think they kind of won the crowd back over. So anyway, that's one of my Pogue stories. I got a few of them. There was another one. We'll just do another one. There's another one. I saw them at the concert hall in Toronto, and I saw them there a couple times. Shane MacGowan was so drunk he couldn't say the words when he was singing. And the band was so fucking mad at him that they kept punching him and throwing him off the stage into the backstage area. And then he would come rolling out again like 2 or 3 songs later and kind of roll into the microphone, and like Spider would go up and punch him, and then they drag him off the fucking stage again. And they did this all night, and Spider sang the whole night. That was just priceless to watch. Like, That was just hilarious. They must have kicked the shit out of him when the show was over. And Spider later on, when Shane left due to alcohol problems or was just kicked entirely in '91, Spider took over singing the vocals. So, and he was great at it. Yeah, that's enough Pogue stories. Anyways, those stories are better than that EP. If I Should Fall from Grace with God is better. And so is Rum Sodomy and the Lash. Aftenland, Jan Garbarek and Kjell Johnsen. I don't know if I ever say that Kjell right. But this is Jan on tenor, soprano saxophones and wood flute, and Kjell on pipe organ. So this is a real, almost, not ambient, but close to ambient kind of a record, This is more atmosphere than it is jazz by far. This has the the reversed W's of the Warner Wake. This is not going to show. This has just been driving me nuts lately. Anyways, it's got the Warner Wakefield stamp on it. There it is. That's a W and an upside down W together. So Warner Wakefield. So what we know about Warner Wakefield is that it's quiet vinyl, right? Because, well, this one isn't. So that's unusual. This is the first ECM Warner Wakefield I've come across that isn't quiet vinyl. So this is from 1980. So it just goes to show. Maybe the other ones I have are a little. I'll have to check. Maybe they're a little post 80, like maybe they're later in 1980. I don't know. So while the Deadwax says that there is a high probability that this will be Quiax because it's Warner Wakefield, you have to check the actual vinyl too. You have to hold it up to the light to make sure. So ECM completionists, definitely, if you like the ECM atmosphere. I don't know. It's kind of like it sounds like a foreign movie from like France or Germany. Just that kind of ambient, nighttime, walking down streets. It's just very mellow, slightly eerie. The organ is almost totally played whole notes or longer. There's no flourishes on the organ really, so anyway, so the organ's almost like just a deep underlying, and then Jan little noodling on top. So, and finally, Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. This is a second U.S. pressing because it's ABCX758 as opposed to ABC758. Another way to tell that it's a second U.S. pressing is that it is on the multicolored ABC label as opposed to the solid black ABC label, which is what you want for a first pressing of this. So for first pressing, you want it to say ABC and not ABCX, also on the label, and you want it to say that on the cover, and you want the label to be black. This is a gatefold. This is actually a first plate, A and B plate for the second pressing, and this is a pretty good sounding record. Still need to find a black label one. I think my Canadian first pressing on GRT sounds better. So, and it's Steely Dan. It's Can't Buy a Thrill. It's their first record. It's great. I mean, it's not my favorite Steely Dan record by far, but it's a good record. So, Do It Again, Dirty Work, Kings, Midnight Cruisers, Only a Fool Would Say That, Reeling in the Years, Fire in the Hole, Brooklyn Owes the Charmer Under Me, Change of the Guard, Turn That Heartbeat Over Again. Some huge radio hits on here, especially classic rock radio now, bigger than they were at the time, and some other good songs. Some songs aren't as strong as, just the album is not as strong overall as some other Dan albums. For me, it's all about the Royal Scam. But anyway, so Steely Dan Can't Buy a Thrill. I know, we showed Steely Dan again. ECM. It's good. It's just you have to want to listen to what that is, and I'm not sure that's what most people want, especially even from an ECM record. Poguetry in Motion, I don't know if I just didn't get this, but this is not great. Like I said, Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash is the best, and If I Should Fall From Grace With God is even good. Tracy Chapman, I mean, this is a nice record, acoustically and musically. I've just had it ruined. I've had her music ruined for me. And Fuhrs and Frohling Strings. This is the record that talks to Bobby. Hi, Bobby. That is not necessary. It's just kind of there. So that is day 27. 3 more to go. Thanks for picking the numbers, Robert. Thanks for playing along, everybody. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.